It's time to find out whose garden Charlie and the Rich Brothers are competing to design this time.
Here we have Bernard and Cecilia, and they are from St Albans.
That's not St Albans.
That is in Malta. They've lived in Malta for a long time, and they've always lived in apartments. And this is their first time they've moved to the UK, and the first time they've got their own garden.
So the garden is what we found here when we bought our place. So it's not to our tastes and need. I came here to study it originally just to stay here for a year, maybe two, to get some work experience. It's 7 years in, I'm still here. So I
like the place. We like the people. We
made
like
lots
the
of friends in the area as well.
The sociable young couple are keen gardeners and already have a small allotment near their house.
Right, so they wanting all like veg and stuff like that.
Well, good guess, Charlie. Someone's on it.
No, but Maltese Gardens though is all about produce.
They've already got an allotment close by to their house, but they love the idea of furthering that really and having a space that has fruit, has veg. They really want to give it a bit of structure. It needs to be an outdoor room, extension of the house.
My parents' house has orange trees and lemon trees, and you might grow peas and herbs, and that's the kind of garden you would have.
We would like to have a working garden. It's definitely something we look forward to see in the designs, and something that is actually productive rather than what we currently have. We do entertain people and love to have friends around.
And spending time outside with the family and enjoying the great British weather.
So what's the budget, son?
So the budget is £4,000.
Ooh, that's good.
There's a nice It is a garden that's going to have to pack a lot because they want it to relax in, have friends over. It's going to be a proper British garden packed with lots of things.
So with lots of ideas to get started on, the designers get straight to work. Each of them will come up with a design for Bernard and Cecilia's garden using the budget they've been given. The couple will then decide on a winner, and the loser will lend a hand to make the winning design a reality. The £4,000 budget will be spent on materials, while Charlie and the Rich Brothers and a team of landscapers provide the labour for free. It's time for the designers to present their ideas to Bernard and Cecilia.
Hello. Hello. So, this is our design.
So Cecilia, Bernard, you are after a garden that's got functionality, uniformity and some structure to it.
Yes.
So hopefully I've given you that.
Nothing's more important to this couple than getting a sense of order into their garden. So first, the designers are concentrating on structure.
This area at the front here is a larger patio than what we have at the moment. Okay. Then what we've done is we've used this pathway. It gives kind of a modern angle, which breaks up this space here. Then you're defined by a dry stone wall, and that moves you then into this orchard seating area. And then we've left room at the back then for your shed and for your greenhouse.
My design is based around squares on the diamond. So you've got a blue slate patio with the paving put on the diamond side. So it draws you down to the sunny part of the garden. A big lawn, and then there's a feature border here.
But this garden has got to earn its keep by providing fruit and vegetables too. So how have the designers tackled that?
With this, we thought it would be another lovely idea to introduce a bit more produce. So we've got these small dwarf apple trees.
And then what this does is it allows us to create this drop down lower space here at the side of the garden. And it's the perfect area for these 3 raised veg beds. The meadow combined with the apple trees and the fruit trees would create a perfect place for wildlife as well. Yes. Especially for Luke growing up. It's going to be lovely for him to have this connection to nature.
Get him dirty.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, there's a big pile of mud for him just there.
You want a garden that provides lots of fruit. I'm growing a grapevine on here, so it will screen your greenhouse without shading it. And then on this side, we're going to do fig. You thought that you can't grow figs in this country. You can, and they do fruit, I promise you. So we got figs, we got plums, we got pears.
And finally, how are the designers planning to get some colour into this practical garden?
When it comes to the planting, I've got a structure of shrubs, but also a few things that will add a bit of glamour to the garden that look after themselves. So this is tea tree and hostas underneath the trees because it's going to be slightly shadier there. And then round the patio area, we've got perennials that basically look after themselves. So they come up every year, but they'll add that colour to the garden. Good.
And then surrounding this area then, we wanted just to put in some nice, soft, natural planting, things that give a nice bit of colour from the house. We're doing something that's a slightly shadier area, so it may have a slightly more woodland character.
In essence, it's going to be a very natural character. It's going to be quite wild looking without being too wild.
Good.
Nothing manufactured. No fake plants.
I will leave you contemplating.
Thank you.
That's it. The designers have done all they can to prove they're the ones to transform this garden into a British and Maltese oasis. And now it's time for Bernard and Cecilia to make up their minds which design they like best. Will they go for Charlie's figs and grapes, large decked area and diamond design? Or will it be the Rich Brothers' angled path, orchard and Mediterranean dry stone wall that wins the day?
It's been a hard decision, but we had to.
We couldn't agree, but
We couldn't agree, but we had to go with one. Yeah, so our decision is. Awesome.
Bras and who's it done?
staying quiet.
That's
Very diplomatic.
Yeah. So why did you go for ours then?
I think we liked the amount of trees. We liked the stone wall, which is kind of a bit from home.
Wonderful, guys.
No.
Very exciting. Yeah, a beautiful space.
Yeah.
So it's a win for the Rich Brothers this time. But they're going to need Charlie's help to transform this rather large garden. It's the start of the build in St Albans.
You packing your hamper for today, Kyle, are you there?
Oh yeah.
James, do you want to get onto that deck over there and take that deck out nice and neat so we're going to reuse it? Yeah, let's rock and roll. Deck up, then dig her in. Right, should we get all hands on decks?
They're doing it carefully, so the wood can be reused to build the raised beds for the vegetables.
Right, good job, everyone. I mean, sort of James mostly. Oh, thanks, mate. Get the digger in.
But it's looking like that's easier said than done, with Chris struggling to fit through the gate.
Woo, lovely job.
They never make these easy, do they? And we're in. Here we go. Oh, cup of tea time, lads, after that. Tough job sitting down, isn't it? Get that turf off, then you can have a cup of tea. All right, boss.
While Kyle clears the patio area and Chris makes a start taking up the old grass, Andy's got some adjustments to make.
So the boys have decided that on reflection, they would like to put a little bit more space into the entertaining area. So we're going to expand that out a touch. That's because that's where the sun is, effectively. And down by the house where the paving is, there isn't really any sun down there. And Bernard and Cecilia don't tend to spend any time down there really. So we're going to reduce the paving in there a little bit. They're only little adaptations, but just see how we're going to make that work.
To make sure he gets it all right, Andy's marking out the ground.
Just spraying out where the dry stone wall is going to start. So we know down here is a sunken vegetable garden and the pathway going sort of like that. Then you'll walk through here somewhere and you'll be into a nice big self-bind area with fruit trees all around it. But this is the important thing at the moment, so we need to know where to dig out to the sunken area.
Removing soil to create a different level for the veg beds is having an unexpected benefit for Bernard and Cecilia.
We're taking this to Bernard's allotment because it's actually better than the soil he's got there. So we're going to pop it on there for him.
As Kyle makes great progress with the paving, out the front, the Rich Brothers and Charlie have arrived. And since the boys won the pitch, they're in charge.
Bernard and Cecilia wanted their very first British garden. They also wanted it to link really nicely with their veg plot or the allotment that they've already got. So that produce is a key thing in his garden. There's loads of fruit trees, we've got loads of veg beds, we've got lots of soft planting. So really nice and natural. But key thing, we scrapped that deck. We've got a nice new social area right in the centre of the garden. But today, Charlie, you're going to be on planting.
I can just about cope with
I
it.
think it's probably quite a nice job we've given you there.
Well, you better hurry up and get the hard landscaping finished. So start planting.
What am I doing, boss? You're going to be on some edging. Edging.
Look, you've got the Maltese weather.
And round the back of the house, the boys are delighted by how much has been achieved.
So the guys have been working super hard, made a dramatic difference to the garden already. One of the big differences is down here, brand new patio. And it's lovely to see that they've already got produce in this garden. This greenhouse is just packed full of tomatoes, a bit of a bumper crop. See, Charlie's already in there. Making good.
Smell this, come and smell this.
Oh, go on then.
This takes me back to working in a commercial. The smell of tomatoes.
Oh, it's lovely, isn't it?
Fishing them out. Oh, God, it smells fantastic. They've got loads of stuff in it. Lots of different varieties.
Lovely to see, isn't it?
Charlie's taken on the job of watering the couple's tomatoes while the garden's being transformed.
Because if you let them dry out and then water them heavily, all these fruit will split. So with tomatoes, make sure you water evenly and regularly.
At the other end of the garden, David and Andy are making a start on the angled path, which will slope up from the patio towards the stone wall.
So this here is the start point of the path. So we're 90 degrees from there, and then we've got it. So the idea is to get in, isn't it?
So we're just 90 degrees for a metre?
Yeah.
90 degrees, follow him straight up.
Oh, easy peasy. And then cut the slabs.
I'm out, not so easy.
That's not my job.
But with everyone else busy doing other jobs, it looks like David might have to eat his words and cut the pathway himself.
I do love it, nosing around in people's sheds. I found some treasures. Look at this. I'm sure we can use this. I have to convince Harry and David, but I've also found in the greenhouse a fig. Fig trees, nothing more Mediterranean than that.
While David's using state-of-the-art machinery at one end of the garden, Harry's using age-old technique to create the dividing wall at the back.
Look what treasures I've found.
Oh.
Fig, nothing.
Where'd you find that?
That was at the back of the tomatoes, and it's going to be so much happier in the ground.
Yeah, lovely. And that as well?
Yeah, I mean, I could do something with that, couldn't I? Bit of height, maybe an angle climber, maybe down by the back door.
Lovely.
So what about planting up the top of your wall with
Yes, that'd be quite nice, just to soften it.
this time?
Yeah.
Got rosemary, there's lemon verbena.
Nice, lovely.
Sherbet.
I think we look.
Yeah,
How nice,
that's
nice
really
scented,
nice.
scented wall. Is that attacking you already?
It's attacking me already, right then. Oh, that's good. I'm happy.
Nice, well, I'm glad Charlie's happy, and I'm happy also because I'm doing a bit of stone walling, and these walls are very evocative of the landscape in Malta. This wall kind of segments the two parts of the garden. On the lower half, we have the vegetable patch, and on the top half then we have the orchard.
While Harry gets on with the wall, David has successfully cut the sandstone slabs to allow the bound gravel path to merge seamlessly with the patio.
Now I'm building this wall in quite a traditional manner. I'm not using any cement, rather I'm using scalpins, which fills the void, and then I'm using tie stones as well, which help to link all the wall together.
Charlie's decided to spruce up Bernard and Cecilia's back door by replanting their neglected hanging baskets.
These hanging baskets are actually quite good for holding on to moisture because they're lined with polythene. But what people often do is go, oh, I've got to get some drainage holes in, and put the hole right at the bottom. But by doing that, it means that all the water will drain out really quickly. If you put the hole about a third of the way up, then you create like a little reservoir of water, and then the plants can get hold of it. So I'm just going to pierce these just here. 3 little holes. And then the other thing that I want to do to make life a bit easier when it comes to watering is add to the potting compost some moisture retention crystals. And the great thing about the moisture retention crystals is it does help the soil wet again if it has dried out. Now I like to pre-swell it only because it grows quite a lot. And if you haven't pre-swelled it, when you water your containers, it grows and all the compost can fall out. You feel a bit silly.
Charlie's saving one of the strawberry plants from last year's basket.
This one is coming back to life.
And once she's mixed in the soaked moisture granules and some slow-release fertiliser, she plants ivy, gentian and dianthus to complete the look.
Looks a little bit more cheerful than before.
So one element within the garden that can easily be missed or underestimated is actually edging. Now, it's a key part of this design, and that's because it's going to give a really clean and very modern look to this space. Now, this is really good quality edging. You get loads of different types, but this is actually a very good one. It comes in 2.5 metre lengths, and it's actually 3 mil thick. And for this, it's about £25 per linear metre.
While David, Chris and Kyle try to work out how they're going to bend the steel edging round the corner, Harry's decided to link the two sections of wall with a matching step.
So the tricky thing is now is, do we take the wall down to put it in, or do we try and play Jenga and slot it in without everything falling out? So
It's always good to try and take the bottom brick out.
well, yeah, we go for the quick job, obviously.
I reckon let's take these things off. So we know where they go.
Oh, heavy, I mean.
I reckon that one off.
Yeah. So we can always put the scalp back in, can't we?
I thought you were meant to be building the wall up, not taking it down.
Well, I want you to come and join so much, I'm actually making the job longer.
You don't want me up there. I'm starting my next job now.
Such bad news.
I'm sure they know what they're doing.
It doesn't look like a lot. I mean, it's only sticking out maybe 4 inches, but it's all in the detail. It's nice to be able to link as many things as possible. I think it looked like it was, you know, my first thought, not my second.
With the structural features coming together, there's one more steel to bend into shape.
Right, Andy, we need someone with a little bit of weight, talent, just to just hold this down, mate.
You want to... Yeah, go on, Kyle.
Like butter.
How far's it going?
Exactly 90 if possible. Oh, there we are, that's pretty close. And I think it looks really, really smart. You can really now see the level difference. So in here, there'll be some nice bound gravel, and the same up here, but you'll have this lovely crisp line of the weathered steel starting to rust. So it's going to create a lovely texture in the garden, a lovely colour, but also has really helped to hold that modern character within this garden.
Charlie's giving the metal trellis a new lease of life with a lick of paint. While at the back of the garden, wooden edging has gone down to define the entertainment area, which Chris is preparing for its bound gravel surface. Meanwhile, Harry's putting the finishing touches to his wall.
Just chiseling the edge off with this mallet, just softening it really, and it's more uneven, it's more natural. And the top then, we're going to plant it up and maybe have some gravel and some stones in. So I think I better get Charlie, because I know she wants to help me plant up the top.
Yes, I've almost finished my painting. Is that nice British green?
Yeah, that is.
And it's a good metal paint, so it won't come off.
Lovely, thank you.
I'll see if you wash tomorrow now, won't I?
Usually we have you dab again or not?
Dab work.
No, that different dab?
No, that's the type of dab I mean. No. Well, I'm definitely helping you now.
While all the bound gravel surfaces go down, Charlie's finally got her chance to plant up the top of the dry stone wall.
I mean, when you go on holiday, whether it's Spain, Portugal or even Malta, I'm sure we've all got memories of wandering around and getting this really strong aromatic scent, and it's going to be in full sun. Now we've got the lemon verbena, which is yummy. Now it's going to get quite big, so it'll fill this space. We should make this a bit more intimate around here. But also, Harry and David are putting in a lot of herbs like thyme, which is great because it will sort of trail over the edges, but also they're making this into a seat. And of course, when you then sit on this, thyme will take being trodden on or sat on, and they can use it for cooking, and it's fantastic for bees. So do you sort of preserve lots of veg and herbs and things now that you've got your own garden?
Well, that's it. I've only just got my own garden, so I will be. But this year is all about kind of enjoying
And getting to know
Getting to know it, exactly. You can't rush into these things.
No, because that's the whole thing.
I've never really had a garden, so now I've had mum and dad, not on my own. I can go out, I can dig up what I want, I can plant what I want. It's I'm the head gardener of my garden, which is nice.
That's always the best way to be.
Yeah.
What's he doing down there? He looks like old man. Is he meant to be levelling and all what?
I bend myself to 90 degrees, but you haven't pulled me back straight.
Let me just see now, what are you doing?
Bending today. Just a little bit more. There we are, that's plumb level, that is.
Okay.
Doing a good job there. We can use him now. Rest. Frank, can you back up quick?
With the path being prepped for its bound gravel surface and the wall all but ready, the team turn their attention to building the veg beds.
Nice and tight, there we are. So we're just screwing the deck boards in at the corners, and then to brace them, we're putting in some of this 2x2 timber here as well. So we've got one layer, we're going to be raising it to 2 layers, so nice and high, but really defining this as a traditional working garden.
While Harry plants more apple and pear trees around the entertainment area, Charlie's found it's also the perfect spot for Bernard's fig. And with everyone else starting on the planting, for David and Harry there's just the meadow turf and lawn left to lay.
I'm just laying out this wildflower meadow turf. Look at it! Look how lush it is. It's filled with loads of gorgeous species. You can see the Achillea here that's got a little bit trashed when it's been rolled up, but there's loads of things plantain. There's ragged robin down there. There's loads of clover, and this is only the start of it. So obviously it's going to grow up. It's going to be this beautiful grass and wildflower meadow.
Charlie's last job is to plant herbs and a dwarf clematis round her upcycled trellis by the back door.
And it's got very quiet in the garden. That's because everybody's concentrating. The last push.
Within this garden, we've got many elements. We wanted it to feel quite soft, quite natural and very cottagey, but we also wanted to keep a connection to the Mediterranean as well. So through things like the agastache and the roses, the echinops and the veronicastrum here, that definitely gives that nice, vibrant, lively cottage feeling. But through plants such as the Perovskia, the Nepeta, and the Pennisetum there in the foreground, that definitely gives that more arid and dusty Mediterranean feeling. So I think the way they're all threading through the garden really gives this quite beautiful, lovely mixed character.
With the last few plants going in, the garden is now finished and ready for its grand unveiling. Before they called in the garden rescue team, Bernard and Cecilia had no idea how to turn their unproductive and unappealing outdoor space into the beautiful working garden they had dreamed of. Now it's had a £4,000 makeover, and the boys have transformed the garden into a British Mediterranean fusion, which will be as fruitful as it is good to look at. They spent £1,000 on the paving and angled pathway to give the space a structured, modern feel, and steel edging to finish off the look cost £450. The Mediterranean sandstone wall and step came in at £600 and will be an everlasting reminder of the couple's homeland. At the end of the garden, the new entertaining space has been surrounded by meadow turf, costing £240, which will grow up to soften the space. And recycling wood, pots, hanging baskets and a metal trellis stretched the budget and meant the boys could splash out £800 on 120 plants and fruit trees. It's time to find out if the Rich brothers have created the outdoor space that Bernard and Cecilia were hoping for.
So in 3, 2, 1, open your eyes.
This looks good.
I knew Cecilia. I love it.
Pleased to see quite a lot of vegetation in here as well.
It's filled with plants, isn't it? And they're not even mature at the moment as well. So,
They'll get to grow.
exactly next year they'll be twice as big, lovely height.
The plants didn't show as much plant, so now I'm pleased to see that there's less soil and more plants to see.
Exactly.
The way the patio is laid with the angled part, it's an unusual way rather than having the rectangular.
Yeah.
As of it ends, and then the next thing starts, and then the next thing starts, and then the next.
Exactly. Yeah, so it kind of blends in, doesn't it? It's like one way. I did. So we're going through the planting beds. So with the planting beds, we wanted to keep them quite soft, quite cottagey and romantic. Then we also wanted to introduce some plants as well that felt Mediterranean as well. So we've got like the Nepeta, the catmint there.
Yeah.
That'll spill over the edges and give a lovely scent.
And then this is your kind of more productive side of the garden. So you've got your 2 beds here. We've started you off with a few little herbs, because I know you've got the allotment, but it's nice to have things, you know.
Still have to use extra also to help. The split level, it's something that always fascinated me. And yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
It is, it's quite interesting, isn't it? Because obviously you rise up with the path,
Yeah.
but then that stays on that level. And then what's nice then is through the wall, you've actually got
Then
the
you've got another
third level again.
another level, which is good.
Nice. And then we've got the stone wall as well.
Yeah.
With this, we wanted to try and capture a little bit of Malta, because I know that walls are found everywhere there, and it's the real character of the place. But with the colouring and the kind of the way it is.
And the plants growing out of the
Yes.
Familiar.
Fine, we'll walk through because we've got a lot of meadow. Next year, that's going to be nice and tall. It's going to grow up and kind of create a lovely cosy feeling in here.
It's going to be a lovely space in the sunshine, surrounded by lots of meadow plants.
You've got lots of fruit trees here, so you're going to be able to be self-sufficient in fruit next year, definitely.
lots of ethical.
Inside there, mate.
We've got apples and pears and plums. What more can you ask for?
So can you guys imagine using this space now?
Yes, the sun in our face, a cocktail in our hands.
Yeah, nice. And a tomato in yellow.
Was that a cocktail sausage or was that a cocktail? I suppose the question I'd like to ask is, do you feel like it was worth the money?
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely something we wouldn't have
Come up with.
and been able to do it ourselves.
We're very pleased with it.
Thank you.
I suppose it's nice to have that slight touch of Malta, to sit back and enjoy the garden.
And now they've had time to take it all in. Is this the garden they dreamed of?
I like that there's a mix between the Mediterranean, but at the same time it's not too Mediterranean that it makes it feel out of place. It feels like a completely different garden, not what
I think it's one of the very few times I'm speechless.